Hey guys, welcome back as always. My name is Leyzar, and tell me something, my friends. Are you bored of the same old Hunter Munitions viral build? Do you want to build something a bit different, and do you want to take advantage of the recent additions and changes to Warframe? For that, we're gonna check out today Corrosive and Cold combination on a couple of popular or unpopular weapons, let's say. Starting off with this beast right here, this is a single target performer. We're talking about the Synapse, an absolutely amazing weapon. So without further ado, we're gonna check out the build, some normal performance, and then we're gonna hop on over and kill an acolyte. So as you can see, what we're doing right now is accessing and leveraging Primary Frostbite, and this will be a Corrosive Cold build. Keep in mind that by default the Synapse does deal corrosive damage. Prime Shred is your option slot. You can plug into this one whatever you feel comfortable with. Even more flat damage is not a bad idea, considering that Galvanized Aptitude will only be bouncing off of 3, well, technically 4 status effects. You're gonna have your Cold, your Corrosive, your Munitions, so therefore Slash, and we're also gonna be cheating a little bit with Grendel's Nourish, because Vital is extremely powerful in Warframe, and normally you need a source of Vital on everything. You can use a Panzer Vulpaphyla, you can use Nourish, or you can use a secondary. Today we're gonna be using Nourish, and for the time being, I still recommend you go with Prime Shred, the punch through, the fire rate, and if you want even more fire rate, you know exactly which mod to choose. We're gonna be spawning in level 165 corrupted heavy goons as per usual, and of course this being a galvanized setup, we're gonna have to get a couple of kills before the weapon is in full swing. If you take a look at my 4 ability, that is Grendel's Nourish, and straight off the gate the weapon is extremely powerful with no stackage whatsoever. 165, corrupted heavy goons, steel path modifier on, you can absolutely annihilate whatever stands before you. But perhaps you want to see the procs. That's the procs. That's why you still go with Hunter Munitions, because while you can annihilate normal level targets, let's say normal level would be something like what, up until level 100, for higher level content you want that damage over time, you want that slash. And this is the kind of performance you are looking at from the gun. There are other options, and as you add more synergies, more Warframe abilities, of course the sky is the limit. This is an absolutely fantastic single target performer. Of course, if you don't factor in punch through, which would make it a multi-target weapon. Not exactly AoE, however. But what about some actual gameplay, Now let's see what the weapon can do in actual gameplay, and of course it's gonna be tearing through everything without any issue whatsoever. You can't really complain about this level of performance. Now my companion is the Jin, and the Jin has the Vigilante mod for extra crit. Fantastic, right? Keep in mind that Digital Extremes did announce at TennoCon 2023 that they will be addressing pets, so we're gonna have a pet overhaul. Permadeath will be gone, which means a whole lot more pets will become a whole lot more useful. I just pressed my 4, that is Grendel's Nourish right now. Now Revenant, take a look at that. Absolutely annihilating whatever stands before me. Beautiful, fantastic, glorious. Honestly, there is nothing that the weapon can't go through. The only issue, god damn it, it's single target. Well, technically multi-target. Now what you can do is get a clump of ability, and if you get yourself a clump of ability, something like the Nidus or a Volband, something of the sort, it's gonna be a whole lot easier to take out multiple targets at once. For the time being, how about an Acolyte fight, We got Misery, so it's not the bubble guy. Right here. And go. Hold on, let me reload.
The raid is off to a successful start. When you are ready, go to extraction.
He's trying to meaty me, but he's so slow. Thank you, Frostbrox. And that's it. And that is definitely pretty good. Next up, another fan favorite. We're talking about the Corinth Prime. And we're gonna be basically using the same overall idea. We got ourselves Primary Frostbite, Hunter Munitions on this one, Prime Charge Shell, Prime Chilling Grass, Galvanized Savvy, Critical Deceleration, Toxic Barrage, Galvanized Cell. Now, of course, you can tweak these builds, but the overall performance will be basically there. Now, we're gonna be repeating the exact same test as before. This is an entirely different weapon. We went from a beam weapon to a pellet-based traditional style shotgun. Nourish. I gotta pronounce it Nourish. Like Commodore Norrington. Nourish. And this is the kind of performance you can expect, and of course if I stop for the slashes and everything, it will absolutely one-shot a target with no problem, but normally we don't really stop in gameplay, we just shoot it till it's nice and dead. While I personally prefer beam weapons, my first love in Warframe will always be shotguns, because heck, the heck. Once upon a time, me and the heck were having a fantastic time in Warframe, and then I ran out of content, so there's that to bear in mind. As you can see, it has no problem in absolutely annihilating these targets, but what about actual gameplay,
The art of combat.
The art of wombat. Give me that Nourish, baby. One shot, one shot, one shot, one shot. You get the point, right? So even if I don't get it on the first shot, probably the damage over time from the slashes and all whatnot are going to be getting my target. The problem is it's a shotgun, so it takes a while for me to go one by one by one. It's a traditional style weapon. Now what you can do is stack primary frostbite a bit quicker. It's simply use the secondary fire. You make a big bada boom with a frost explosion and everything, something like this. Let me try that one more time. Like that. There you go. Boom. Tons upon tons of primary frostbite stacks, and you can track them in the upper right portion of the screen. I have no problem whatsoever in playing with a traditional style shotgun, and let it be said, it's something special, isn't it? Playing with a old school style of weapon when it comes to gameplay, it's extremely satisfying and enjoying, but the meta nowadays is AoE. AoE this, AoE that. It doesn't bounce, doesn't explode, and I don't want to play with it, but rest assured that these weapons have more than plenty of power to wipe out whatever stands before you, including your acolyte. Oh, don't tell me you're down there. She's down there. All right, I'll come to you. Don't you come to me. You're up here? Okay, I'll come to you. Don't you come to me. We keep missing each other, dear angst.
We keep missing each other, dear angst.
Stop moving. There you go. 1, 2, 3. But I think you can get pretty much a one shot if you go straight for the head, though the shield might kind of impede that. As you can see, the weapon has no issue whatsoever in blowing up whatever the hell stands before it. The issue with it? It's single target. Now, believe it or not, I saved my favorite for last. I'm not saying it's the best, but I saved it for last. This, my friends, is a fan favorite, an old school weapon that has fallen out of grace, but with this combo, it can come back into grace. I'm sorry, that's like the best segue I got for the Supra Vandal. Check it out, this is gonna be the build. Yes, you can replace Prime Shred with whatever you want. For example, Prime Bane of the something. You want more flat damage? I wouldn't recommend it considering all the statuses that you can proc off it, and you got Galvanized Aptitude. But yes, this is your Flex mod. Yes, this is the build, and now I'm gonna show you how it works. Essentially, it's the same idea as before. One more time for the Corrupted Heavy Goons 165 with the Steel Path modifiers enabled. There we go. There we go. How beautiful is that? Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I cannot believe I'm doing that to the Corrupted Heavy Goons 165 and the Steel Path modifier. Now, of course, I can stop if I remember to stop the trigger, and you can get to see the bleeds killing the target. You can get decent amount of bleeds out of this one as well. Even though you're not using Hunter Munitions, you don't need to use Hunter Munitions on that one. You're still gonna be getting a couple of slashes because of the weapon's innate damage, so bear that one in mind. Oh yes, you can put Hunter Munitions instead of the Prime Shred, but as you can see, it's just gorgeous. It's just beautiful. I'm trying to control my ammo so I don't burn through the targets too quickly like that. Why no Hunter Munitions on this one? Well, my friends, even with critical delayed, so that Miami 200%, you're looking at a pretty low critical chance, so Hunter Munitions can definitely go out of this one. For that matter, you can even replace critical delay if you want to, so you're not forced necessarily into that kind of build. As you can see, the weapon has no issue in absolutely tearing through whatever stands before it, viral or no viral. I just activated Nourish now. I love that magazine, I love that fire rate, I love the Supra Vandal. It's an old school, fantastic weapon, one that I highly recommend to just about anybody. Unless, of course, you don't like bullet hoses. Well, this is not necessarily a bullet hose, this is more of a projectile hose or a marshmallow hose. And who doesn't like a good... I'm sorry, I'll stop now. Flash, boys, we got a flash, so let's get to a nice secluded room so me and Malice can have a little bit of a heart-to-heart. Is Malice the bubble guy? Oh! Perfect spawn. I think it's almost dead. Hold on, I'm reloading, Malice. I'll be right with you. I'll be right with you. There you go. The weapon has no problem whatsoever in essentially annihilating acolytes in just a couple of seconds. And that's pretty much gonna do it. Corrosive plus Cold equals absolutely fantastic love, but you're gonna need that viral on top of it just to give it that extra thump, especially if you're gonna be using Hunter Munitions or you got some form to apply slash to your targets. Viral can be obtained from a number of different ways. You can use the Panzer Vulpaphyla, you can use a secondary primer, or you can use Nourish, which currently is extremely favored by the meta. As always, my name has been Leyzar. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, favorite, share, and subscribe only if you enjoy the content. And if you got any feedback for me, I would love to read it in the comment section down below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!